The Galapagos Marine Reserve. A haven for life found nowhere else on Earth. But under the surface, a story of culture, power, and change that has affected all who inhabit these historic islands.
Dime si sabes, mujer, lo que somos y me amas, y me abrazaré en las llamas de tu bendito querer. Yo sueño con ansias locas de algún beso prendido.
So the Marine Reserve includes 100% of the inner waters of the Galapagos, so the waters in between the islands, and then outside the Galapagos out to 40 miles. So out of the outer points, you measure 40 miles, and it's like a polygon around it. So it makes it a huge area. Yeah, I think it's more than 140,000 square kilometers of water. And that's a lot of water.
600 miles off the coast of Ecuador lies the Galapagos Archipelago, consisting of 18 main islands and hundreds of islets. This is the Marine Reserve, 133,000 kilometers of protected water that was recently declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its rich biodiversity and history.
Galapagos, at the end, is a true sanctuary for sea turtles.
En el fondo de mi alma que ya no alegras, entre polvo de ensueños y de ilusiones.
Sea turtles in the planet face a lot of threat, like industrial fishing, long lines, gill nets. Yeah, there's communities and people, cultures that eat turtle eggs, right? Or development, places like this beautiful, they're also good for developing, and they build buildings, and that causes a big impact on the turtle populations. Galapagos is a marine reserve, huge marine reserve, one of the largest, not the largest, but one of the largest marine reserves in the planet. We don't allow any industrial fishing here. Ecuadorians, there's no tradition of feeding on turtle eggs. And of course, this is a national park and we're not going to develop. So every year, maybe an average of 40,000 eggs are laid in the beaches of the Galapagos. And that is keeping a sustainable population and a healthy population of sea turtles in the Galapagos.
Te canto mi desesperación, porque sé que tu amor que tan puro creí.
Yeah, the Galapagos National Parks is the manager of both protected areas. On land, 97% of the land in the Galapagos is a national park. If you put together all the islands, 97% is a national park, 3% is for inhabitants. And then the ocean is just what I described, yeah? The reserve in the ocean. I think it's 400 families that own licenses, yeah, for fishing, and it's all artisanal. They don't have long lines, it's all hand lines and stuff like that.
What we have also is illegal fishing, industrial fishermen that come inside the marine reserve. A friend of mine, she's a fisherwoman, and she said what an industrial fisherman will do in one day is what we do in 2 years.
And so when the marine reserve comes in, there was a branch saying, you have to manage this. This is a national park, this is how it's managed, but the marine reserve is managed in a different way. And so this is when the confrontation started to come. Because the government says this is a marine reserve, no one is allowed to fish anymore. But the fisherman says, wait a minute, you urge me to come and live in the Galapagos. I have a house, I have generations in the Galapagos, and now you're telling me not to provide? Because that's the only thing is, well, become a naturalist. I don't want to be a naturalist. Well, become a researcher. I don't want to be anything except a fisherman. This is my way of life.
Celso grew up in the Galapagos to a family of fishermen, only becoming a naturalist guide when the Galapagos economy began focusing on tourism.
Some of us became naturalists. You know, we learned languages and science and all that stuff, and then others became national park rangers. Others became the ladies who sold the T-shirts, and then others became the drivers.
Ha habido muchos cambios. Mucha gente del sector pesquero se ha ido al turismo. ¿Por qué? Porque no ha habido esa facilidad y ayuda para el sector pesquero. ¿En qué cosa? Ponen regulaciones demasiadas fuertes, entonces evitan de que nosotros salgamos a pescar. Entonces por eso mucha gente ha decidido mejor irse al otro lado porque allá nadie lo molesta en el turismo.
We grew into the city. We now had money, we now had our piece of land, and then we became away from the ocean pretty much.
El futuro más aquí en Galápagos está conservado, está direccionado a la conservación, incluso al turismo de élite. No va a haber el turismo local porque eso es lo que quieren matar, quieren hacer todo. Quieren que desaparezca el sector pesquero, el turismo local y todo lo que existe dentro de Galápagos, para que venir solo los multimillonarios que visiten Galápagos. Eso es la mente estratégica que tienen los señores. No hay más. Eso es lo que quieren hacer.
While the national park officially oversees the reserve, management is traditionally cooperative, as the scientists, park rangers, and fishermen all have a seat at the table.
Since the creation of the Galapagos Reserve in 1998, here is a co-management. So the decisions are taken in collaboration between the Galapagos National Park and the fishers.
Junta, manejo participativo is participant management meeting that we had a representative from each area. One from the research station, one from the national park, the government, the ladies of the T-shirts, fishermen. One person representing a large community, sitting down and managing all these things together.
We have a big table with decision rules, depends on the results. And that table was created by the fishers and the Galapagos National Park. And this couldn't be happen if we don't have had this co-management system before.
But co-managing the reserve has never been easy. Almost as soon as it was announced, there were complications and conflicts among stakeholders, from minor grievances to full-on protests.
I remember when I was a kid, there were like strikes. The fishermen were sometimes even aggressive in terms of, I mean, they were do strikes. They will burn these tires outside the Darwin Center.
The fishermen, they always want more space, more resources, a bigger quota or anything like that. So yeah, there's moments of tension.
Scientists are always like saying, don't do this, right? Where they're like, please understand, you're gonna be out of grouper in 2 years if you keep doing this.
They saw, for example, a chart that the sea cucumber is declining, and they say, no, that's not true. But you participated in the metrics, yes, but that's not true. You're lying. You change the data in state and all that.
No hay estudios que realmente digan la biomasa de tal área se encuentra mala. No hay. Entonces, simplemente ellos sacan a criterio porque ellos piensan que está así. No, no existen estudios. Entonces, debe haber estudios reales para verdaderamente decir, sí, es verdad. Vamos a unificar nosotros también como pescadores, si vemos que está malo y también podemos hacerlo. ¿Por qué no podemos poner una veda, qué sé yo, de 1 año, 2 años, si en verdad se está afectando? No tenemos ningún problema, pero que sean reales, o sea, bajo de estudio. No porque venir uno de la noche a la mañana digo, por un criterio de que yo quiero hacer esto y no.
The information that the scientists are collecting is helping to save the sea cucumber and lobster populations. But the problem is, the fishermen sometimes don't buy that information.
I think there's an image a lot in town because the research and scientists tend to come from other countries, that there is other people telling them what to do.
Viene mucha gente del extranjero aquí y viene a tomar decisiones que ni siquiera conoce Galápagos. Ese es el gran problema. Vienen científicos que no son científicos, vienen aquí nomás a aprender de lo que el pescador hace. Y eso escriben un libro y quieren sacar resolución. Y a eso se va al parque. Por eso a veces muchas cosas que no salen realmente a nivel mundial. Debería salir a nivel mundial las cosas que suceden verdaderamente en Galápagos. Esa es la cuestión.
The scientists, we have different language than the fishers. For us, it takes us a lot of time to notice that and then to change our way to communicate. We want to involve them. If they take part of the science or they take of information, they're going to notice that the information is good for them.
There were a lot of conversations because now the Marine Reserve has sectors for them to fish in, right? All these areas, and they were talking about these areas for like a year, which ones are gonna be, and suddenly they declare no-take zones that were very important for them.
Más altas, ahí donde se agregan la mayor cantidad de peces. Entonces, esas zonas nos quiere quitar el Parque Nacional Galápagos imponiéndonos y mandándonos a pescar donde no existe peces. No es porque sea que el mar es grande, no en todos los lugares hay peces. Eso es lo que quiero que quede bien claro.
It's very delicate. You have many opinions about it. It can be positive, but also there's negative, like everything in life, right? So.
Pensando en ti yo sufro, sin tus caricias lloro, ya ves mi bien te quiero, me hace falta tu calor, pensando en ti horas paso, ya ni tu voz es.
Right now, 5% of the ocean is marine reserves. We need more than that to protect the ocean, you know? More than that.
To me, it's all about education, empowering the locals to love your environment, to learn it, and eventually to take charge.
And maybe our local fishermen could be guarding the marine reserve.
Sure.
That would be really cool.
This co-management since the 1998 is very deep here in Galapagos, so not cooperate is not an option.
Pensando en ti yo sufro, sin tus caricias lloro, ya ves mi bien te quiero, me hace falta tu calor, pensando en ti horas paso, ya ni tu voz escucho y el corazón me ha dicho